I'm Kate from theletteredset.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make jack-o'-lantern sponge stamps for your own Halloween greeting cards. Many of the supplies are household items, which is the great thing about this project, but there are a few you might need to go out and buy. I'll start with those first. A glue gun with glue sticks, a water-soluble paint, and that can be acrylic or an opaque watercolor, also known as gouache. Blank note cards or paper that you'd like to turn into your greeting cards, and an X-Acto knife with blade. And here I'm going to list the items that you may already have in the house. I'm using a small Tupperware bin for my water. I've got scissors, a black pen, a dry kitchen sponge, a new one, and I've got these scraps of hard plastic packaging. And those can be taken from something like this, which is the result of a recent phone purchase. I've also got paper towels, paper plates to hold my paint, and newspaper to protect my work surface. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut the pumpkin shape with my scissors. And don't worry about being perfect because pumpkin shapes are not perfectly symmetrical. Okay, so now that I have my pumpkin shape, I'm going to cut the face of the jack-o'-lantern. I'm going to start with the eyes, then do the nose, and then the mouth. And just be patient because it takes a little bit to get a clean cut with the X-Acto knife. Okay, so I have my jack-o'-lantern shape. Now I'm going to glue it to the plastic so it becomes a backing to the stamp, and it'll be easier to handle and my hands won't get very messy. So I've got my heated glue gun, and I'm going to squeeze the glue onto the back side of my sponge piece. And you just want to get it all over there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Careful because it's hot. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue it to the plastic by pushing down and just allow a few seconds for it to dry. While it's drying, you can still pick it up, and I'm going to trim the plastic backing so it's a little closer to the shape of the jack-o'-lantern face. Okay, so I've got my finished stamp. The next thing to do is to prepare it for the paint. I'm going to get it just a little bit wet so it sticks to the paint a little bit easier. You're going to dip it in your water, and it soaks up the water right away. And I've got a couple piles of paper towels because I don't want my stamp to be that wet, I just want it to be damp. So I'm going to squeeze it out on the paper towel just to dry it out a bit. Okay, so now we're ready to start stamping. I've got my paint, my blank note cards, and my damp sponge stamp. You're going to smush the stamp around on the paint, and it's nice that you have this handle to work with, that way you don't have to touch the paint. Get it nice and gooey and covered. Okay, almost. I'm going to have to smear it around a little bit to really stick to the sponge. Okay, so now I've got enough paint on there. I'm going to bring it over to my blank note card and place the stamp down and sort of apply a little bit of pressure all around, side to side, top to bottom, just to get enough of that paint to stick. Okay, and I think we're ready to see what we've done here. Lift it up slowly. Alright, so you've got your jack-o'-lantern stamp. And it looks a little abstract right now, but once it dries I have a finishing touch that's really easy and it's really going to make it come together. Okay, my card is almost done. I'm going to use my black pen to outline the shape of the pumpkin and the jack-o'-lantern face. Happy Halloween!